Managing our relationships is part of pillar number two. And today I'd like to talk to you about the guidance we gave to our boys about sex. We have four sons, and I'd like to share with you the guidance we gave them. My wife and I recognize that sexual curiosity is just a normal part of growing up. Therefore, we needed to provide our four boys with some guidance because, of course, they would ask questions about it. We had to explain to them that help them define what is a healthy and responsible sexuality looks like and how to build healthy men and women relationships. Some psychologists suggest that having sex should be done at the right time, with the right person, under the right conditions, and with the right values and motives. When we reflect that over the years, the guidance that we shared, we basically followed those four rules. So then what is the right time to start having sex? There are many opinions on this. Some will say, nope, not until marriage, a couple of months into a relationship. The first advice we gave to our boys was to delay sexual activities until the appropriate time. We encouraged them not to have sex before marriage. You may ask, what's wrong with young people exploring their sexuality as teenagers? We felt intuitively we wanted them to learn self-discipline in order to create the right conditions and at the right time in their development. I remember one day talking to teachers in the staff room about dating. Since I had sons at my school, they asked me whom my sons were dating. I told them that my wife and I encourage our sons not to have sex before marriage and discourage dating until the right time. They must have thought, this man is a throwback from the 50s. The room became silent and the atmosphere awkward. A cricket moment. Click, click, click. Why? In our society, it is considered cute by most for teenagers to date and explore their sexuality. Well, when you put two young people together with hormones rushing and the desire to be loved, and this is mostly insecure when they're teenagers, what do we expect will happen? The next is the right person. We suggested that a premature relationship may cause them to be stuck in a relationship that may be wrong for them. If couples become sexually active too early, this rewarding area of relationships may overwhelm their decision making and keep couples in a relationship that might not be in their best long-term interests. Parents worry about this one because parents want their children to be mature and they want them to be with the right person before they get involved in the sexual relationship. Additionally, we argued that having transient relationship was not good because it would make it harder for them to bind with the one true love. The right motives and values. We told them that sex and love is not necessarily the same thing. You can have sex with someone, but it doesn't mean you love them. It's important that love and sex come together. And for this to occur, you need a bit more mature. We provided this advice, but we knew in the end it was their call. You may ask, okay, what does maturity have to do with sexuality? At this stage in their lives, adolescents are in conflict between forming intimate, loving relationships and actually avoiding committed relationships. There's this tension there. And research suggests that those who abstain from sexual intimacy in the early parts of their relationship allow communication or other social processes to become the foundation for their attraction to each other, not just sex. Compared with those in the early sex group, those who waited until marriage rated their relationship stability and satisfaction higher, and their sexual relationship and communication better. The right conditions. You may ask, what's the problem with sex? Nothing. It's wonderful when one is having a loving, respectful, and mature relationship. Can we expect teenagers to have this? Most of us would say no. Sex fosters intimacy, bonding, and shared pleasure. In this context, people can be free to explore their sexuality. Research shows that 2/3 of all sexually experienced teenagers in the United States say they wish they had waited longer to have sexual intercourse the first time. Reasons for regrets included being too young, not being ready to have sex, not within a close relationship, and not with the right person. Sex was unplanned and not protected, and expectations of the initial sexual experiences was unrealistic. There's another emotional issue as well. Sex is compelling. Sexual desire, when not managed well, can diminish our ability to love and be loved in a deep way. Think about it. When you are aroused, does it mean that you want to love the other? Or are you expecting something from the other for you? Arousal needs to be paired with love. We have to make with love with the right heart. We need to harmonize other-centered love with passionate sexuality. And as I've said before, love takes discipline. Did our sons turn out weird and frustrated because they followed our advice? Well, I could also ask you, are you frustrated to be in a monogamous, committed relationship? Most would say no. It's wonderful. We are happy to say that they are married and appear to have good relationships. This does not mean that their relationships are without challenges, as we all have. However, my wife and I feel that we did the right thing because they were spared the regrets and pressures put on so many young people by society with respect to sexuality. What research is telling us is that there's a strong link between the messages kids get at home and from the media and their attitudes about sex and relationships between men and women. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please email me at belavancejA@gmail.com.